Hey, how you going, everybody? Shane here from Jaggs Journeys, here for our fortnightly midweek live stream or chat here on YouTube. So welcome along. If this is your first time joining my live stream, I do a live stream every second Wednesday night. So 7:30 p.m. Queensland time. You can jump on and we chat about what's been happening around the theme parks, mainly local, I guess, essentially, and pretty much, yeah, answer your questions. It's obviously going to be theme park related or attractions, events related, and obviously we'll do our best to answer your questions. I just want to say hi to everyone that is jumping on at this minute and saying hi. So thanks everyone for jumping on, taking your time out of your Wednesday night to chat to this ugly mug. But anyway, I appreciate it. So I didn't actually put an ad out this week that I was going live, just as a test to see if I'd still get the same amount of people on or not. So so yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we'll check. And yes, you're right. A fortnight does go pretty quick, doesn't it? Especially for me. Obviously, the other Wednesday, the following week, I'm recording Theme Park Cartel podcast with Adrian and Riley. So, yeah, so that's I'm always busy on a Wednesday night, no matter what. So, yeah, definitely goes really fast. Are you going to the movie world on the Brisbane show holiday? I don't get the Brisbane show holiday off, actually. So, I only get the Gold Coast show holiday off, which is at the end of this month. So, excuse me. So, no, I'll be working. So, I'm sure you'll have fun there. So, yeah, just want to say hi to everyone who is saying hi. Princess Matter, out of hospital, 3 operations, another scan in 6 weeks' time. So glad to hear you're out of hospital. I hope all is okay with your recovery. And thanks so much for jumping on the live stream again. That's really appreciated. Hey, Bodie. Excuse me. Hey, Ryder. And hi, everyone. Carly, everyone who's normally on, Caleb, everyone who's always jumping on. I really appreciate you guys taking your time to jump on once again. What do we got there? Bodie, what day are you planning to do the Eka? Looking forward to your video. Probably Saturday, to be honest. I'm so slack. I've been so busy, actually, is probably more the word. I haven't even bought tickets. I missed out on the early excuse me, early 50% off, and then I missed out on the other percentages off. Anyway, I'm sure I can still get like an RSEQ discount or something like that. So I kind of had some tickets organized with someone else, and then they fell through. Anyway, that happens. So not to worry. So yeah, pretty much I'm doing good, just busy, really busy at work, trying to at least continue the 1 to 2 videos a week. Yeah, again, the commitment from this channel is always 1 video a week, and I like to try and give you guys a decent update. So, and obviously I'll alternate the parks as well. So that's the name of the game. I've still got USA content. I'm actually still editing. Actually, I'm sort of got about 4 videos on the go at the moment that I'm kind of still editing. So I will release those again, obviously soon, and in between the other videos as well. Depends when there's things that happen locally. I got to try and sort of get on the local stuff, and then then we'll continue with USA stuff in between. So one of the videos actually Waterworld show at Universal. Because I was there right at the very start of at the end of April. It was when the Fall Guy movie was coming out in the States, and there's actually a Fall Guy part or a pre-show, a Fall Guy pre-show to the Waterworld stunt show. So when I do release that video, they're sort of like a little pre-show and then the show as well. So yeah, that's coming. But it's in the process of being edited, so it probably won't be the next video out, but it's coming. So still got Universal Studios videos, Hollywood to come out on this channel, and also my visit to the Funko store in Hollywood. I tell you, again, if you're not into pop vinyls like I am, it doesn't even matter. This Funko store in Hollywood it's an attraction on its own. It's free to get in because essentially it's a shop, but it's not just a shop. It's like the size of 6 warehouses. It's massive. I just everything over there blew my mind. It's crazy. But you'll see it when I do release that anyway. Again, working on lots of videos at the moment in my spare time, which I have very little of. So I do my best. Anyway, I do my best. But I appreciate you guys jumping onto the live and continually supporting Jaggs Journeys, meeting you guys in the parks and everything like that as well. Really appreciate it. It really does mean a lot. So cool. Let's have a look at some of your comments there. And again, I just want to say hi to everyone who's saying hi and everything and how I'm doing. I'm doing good. I hope everyone is also doing well and hope everyone's had a great week so far. Life gets in the way, absolutely. Matthew, how are you, mate? I'm good. Hope you're well. Dano, how are you, mate? No Ica for you this year? I tell you what, though, it's very expensive. Like, it is really expensive to go to the Echo. And like most people, we're just a family that works full time. Massive bills, mortgage to pay, everything's going up, food, everything's going up. Excuse me. And it's just, like rates, water rates, everything's just through the roof. And I'm sort of thinking twice. Or I was thinking twice about going or not, really, because it's just so expensive. Parking, entry, rides, food. It's a few $100s for the day. Probably pretty much even just for one person, let alone a family. So anyway, you can do it on a budget. So we'll try and do it on a budget. May not go on too many rides. They're just really expensive. But that's why most people, well, not most, but a lot of people go to the theme parks on those show holidays, like like we're saying in the beginning of the live, because if you got an annual pass, you can go and have a day of rides, for free. Really, you've already paid for your pass. So, but anyway, we'll get to Echo offers other things as well. With the agriculture and local foods and wines and all those sorts of things, the entertainment. It's a real community-driven thing. I like the feeling of the Echo. So yeah, we'll try and we'll definitely try and get along when I sort everything else out. What do we got there? Scott, I went to Movie World the other day. Nothing was open, but good shopping. Nothing was open. Really? What? So all the big rides were down as well, or was it just having downtime? Was there? That's a bit disappointing, isn't it? I know that there's probably some downtime on some of the attractions or rides, maintenance-wise, but no good. Going to Movie World, what's your top tip? My main is scary cat of horror movies. My man is must be scared of horror movies. Going to Movie World. Top tip, I guess, work out what rides you want to ride them first before the queues. Like the bigger rides, DC Rivals, Superman. Maybe get them done like early in the day, get them out of the way, or you should wait till probably toward the end of the day. But then there's a risk of, if it is extra busy, you may not get on. So I'd go early of the day into the big rides first, and then work out in an order of what rides you actually want to do. If you want to watch the parade, although I think the parade is back to normal at the moment, plan it in your day. Character photos, go to the photo center, top of Main Street. They have a list of times of all the character appearances, where they'll be in the park and at what time. So if you really want to take advantage of photos with the characters, make sure you go there. A lot of people say, "Oh, I never saw a character when I was at Movie World." Well, what you got to remember is they're out all the time. They do rotate, and where you are in the park isn't always necessarily where they are. So there is different shows that come on, and they'll be on the app and also on the big screen as well. So check out when the little shows are on. You really want to make the most of the day. You always want to get the most of Movie World. And it's not just rides. There is the entertainment factor there, the character meet and greets and photos. So you kind of got to plan it a little bit. if you get that photo schedule where the character's going to be, you'll see plenty of characters. There's always plenty of characters. So people are always too quick to sort of go, oh, never saw a character. But, you just got to plan your day and find out where they are at the right times and be at those places at those times. And you'll have a great day and you'll see all the characters. So that's probably my tips there. Also for lunch, you can order on the app to avoid the queues. And you just pretty much pick it up. There's QR codes on the tables at Gotham. And also, on I think outside Gotham Cafe, there's also a QR code on the signage. So you can do that. Saves a bit of time there as well. So yeah, there's a few tips there from me. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. All right. What else we got there? By the way, if I miss your comment, because it's really hard to keep scrolling back because, I don't mind if you want to. If I miss it, you just put the comment in again, and I'll catch your comment. If I miss it, send me a DM. I will definitely respond to you as always. But yeah, it's just hard sometimes. The scrolls up so fast. Sometimes I miss stuff, not on purpose. Definitely not on purpose. I want to try and answer as many people as I can, obviously. So yeah. Just so you know. Ryder's saying he's got plans to go to the Grand Multicultural Carnival at Movie World in a month's time. I have heard about that, but that sounds interesting. That sounds really interesting, actually. Is that a ticketed event or open to the public event? I'm thinking it might be ticketed like the Indian ones were. Have to keep our eye open for that one. Ryder's been catching up on my videos. Well, thank you, Ryder. I do appreciate that. I did see at the park at Movie World. When was that? Was it 2 weeks ago? But I was doing a TikTok live at the time, and I saw you. at the distance, but then when I finished the TikTok, I couldn't see you again. Didn't see you again. So it's apologies for that. I always say hi to you, mate. So when I'm on TikTok live or YouTube live, obviously I got to keep that going as well. Cool. The movie world. Scott's saying he's from Victoria, and the rides were down, so he spent plenty of times at the shops. Fair enough. Is all you can eat? All you can eat pizza at Movie World is always shut, so they actually don't have the all you can eat pizza anymore. What it is, it's actually a set menu now. At the Rick's Cafe. It is still a pizza pasta restaurant, but it's not all you can eat anymore. And yeah, it's only open in peak periods, so school holidays essentially. Maybe a little buffer, give or take around the Queensland holidays because of the other states on holidays. So that's why. Excuse me. That's why that's appears like it's not always open. And Scott's the biggest Batman fan as well. That's awesome. You are Batman. Okay. That's good. That's cool. Do you cosplay Batman? There's heaps of cool Batman cosplays. I always hit up the Supernova Comic Cons, and yeah, I love seeing all the different Batman costumes. It's so cool, so awesome. Excuse me. Scott's also a collector of Funko. Make sure you get one day, if you haven't already been, go to Hollywood, go to the Funko shop, blow your mind. I have a Funko video coming out on that one in the weeks ahead. What are you most looking forward to for the new rides at Dream World or Movie World? Okay, so from the ride perspective, definitely Jungle Rush at Dream World, and theming as well, probably. However, I really am looking forward to the theming of the Wizard of Oz area. Ride wise, yeah. Look, I mean, I've been on the Flight of the Wicked Witch exact coaster because it's a off the shelf coaster. It's not custom. So same as TNT at Gambier World. If you do scroll back on my channel, Gambier World, you'll see a video there and on ride footage also of TNT. So that's if you want to see what that ride, the Flight of the Wicked Witch, will be like. That's a suspended coaster. I've got on-ride POV footage, front seat as well, on that video. So you can film in that park, providing you got GoPro and GoPro harness. They allow you to film the rides, unlike the Gold Coast theme parks. unless you're a big YouTuber from overseas. You get special, allowances there. So yeah, the Boomerang coaster I'm looking forward to. It's a family coaster. I am looking forward to riding it. Don't get me wrong, but I am quite intrigued to how it's that whole Wizard of Oz area is going to make me feel. So as far as being immersed in the Wizard of Oz, and obviously the theming has a lot to do with that. From what I've seen on their concept art and their sneak peek videos, wow, looks incredible, looks amazing, can't wait. But just from the ride perspective, I think Jungle Rush for me, because it's a custom coaster, it's got the first incline turntable, it's got so many different elements, forwards and backwards. I think that's alone, and the theming they're pouring into that, I think is going to be, for me, is what I'm looking forward to the most. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to. Emerald Palace is coming along. Yeah, last time I was there, they'd painted a lot more green. They put the framework up there as well for the palace. So yeah, I'll probably be back there again in a couple of weeks and give you guys another update. By then there'll be a lot more done, and that's the thing I like to provide you guys with, a decent update. So in other words, from the last video to the next one, where you go, oh wow, look at the progress. That's what that's my aim to give you guys. So so yeah, pretty much stuff's going to change daily. Then more paint, more more whatever. It's going to happen pretty quick. So yeah, we'll keep you up to date as best as we can, or as best as I can, I should say. I keep saying we, and it's just me, myself, and I. So anyway, Bodhi's saying Ika's still doing 20% off the tickets till tomorrow. Thank you, man. I'll maybe jump on tonight after this. Actually, someone else offered me free tickets. I should have taken them up, but the thing is, someone else I sort of had some organized, fell through. So I should have. Anyway, that's all good. So no, I'll definitely take advantage of that. Scott, Movie World has an online shop. Just to let you know. So that's for Batman merch. That's your best option there, is to go onto their website. You can buy all the merch on their website, mate, direct, and they send it out to you direct. Tahila, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. What apps do you use to edit your videos? I love editing TV shows and other things, and have been editing for about 3 years now, and would love some editing app recommendations. Yeah, look, I've gone through so many different apps, and then there's so many on the market, and there's definitely better ones than what I use. I use InShot, and it's the paid version, and I do everything on my phone. So I'm talking filming, editing, everything on this. I don't use a laptop. I use nothing, because my whole thing is I want to go anywhere in the world and just be able to film, edit, upload. Providing I got Wi-Fi, I'm good to go. I could do it via data, but it sucks the data, obviously. But yeah, so it's pretty good. I like it for what I use. It suits me. It's not perfect. Now and then it jams, it glitches. But they have some good updates and upgrades to it. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's not bad. It's not that expensive. You can get a free version, which is what I was using initially. So it just has the watermark on there. That's pretty much it. But yeah, good luck with that. What's my thoughts on the shipping crates that arrived the other day at Dreamworld? Well, no doubt it's the trains for Jungle Rush. So I do believe they are definitely 100% on site. Obviously, Dreamworld are going to do a reveal, or whatever. I mean, we've already seen the trains. They've already revealed them, right? We know, we've seen them, but they'll be on site soon. They'll be on track probably before I even get back to Dreamworld. They'll be on the track. I guarantee you, they'll be on there soon, and they probably will be testing by next month, I reckon. So it could be maybe a week or two before they're on the tracks, but then they'll be testing not long after that. They really will. It's really going ahead. it's incredible how fast that is going. So yeah, that's what I believe was in those crates. What do we got here? Scott's enjoyed SeaWorld. Yeah, and I like SeaWorld too, man. It's a good park. Got some good rides, shows, lots of cool shows. You can relax there. It feels a lot more relaxed. I really like SeaWorld. Caitlin, met you at Fright Nights last year. Absolute legend. Oh, thank you. You or me? Probably you. And did a shout out for our son, who is your biggest fan. Oh yeah, I remember. Yes. At the front, was at the front gate, I think, possibly. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your comments there, and hopefully he still likes my videos. Hopefully. Thanks heaps for that. Have you ever been to Outback Spectacular? Absolutely. In fact, if you scroll back on my channel, you'll see a video there. I've done a video. It was probably about 2 years ago, but what you got to understand with that venue is the shows will last for probably like 3 years, something like that, before they change it up again or put a different one on. So essentially, it doesn't change. So a few people have said, "Oh, can you go back and do it again?" Well, it's $100 per person to go there. It's not cheap. So we waited till we had a family birthday. You spend a bit more for a birthday, so we went out there, and I did my vlog at the same time, and was able to provide a complete video on the show. And obviously, I didn't spoil the show. I didn't just film the show in its entirety. I don't like to do that pretty much with any show, really, unless it's a real short show. But I just like to do snippets, because then it doesn't ruin it for anyone else. And also, if you want to go and see it, you got to enjoy it for yourself and experience the full experience. So just, we showed a bit of the, the pre-show, the bar, the food, bits of the show, and then a bit of a wrap up at the end kind of thing. So you should check it out on the channel. Do you think the Wizard of Oz area was a good idea, or do you think they should use it for a more modern movie or theme? Great question. Now, I was actually just having this conversation with someone last weekend, and they also used to work for Movie World, as I did too, quite some years ago now. But we were both working there at the same time, and I think, look, Wizard of Oz is amazing, and it's timeless, and it's going to be amazing. But I suppose a lot of kids these days, well, I suppose if you put anything in there, there's always going to be someone that doesn't know what that is, probably. I think Wizard of Oz will stand the test of time. So it probably is a good fit. But to be, if it was me, excuse me, I would have, everyone's different and has their own ideas, right? I mean, I would have loved something going back to more like the maybe like the Gremlins / Beetlejuice, but original, like that kind of a themed area, or a Hollywood, I don't know, Hollywood classics, or not classics. No, I'm trying to like a mixture, like have a Beetlejuice ride, have the Gremlins ride, have something else in there, like nostalgia. I don't know, but again, Wizard of Oz is going to be a classic, and most people like it, even if you're not really into it. You'll know the Wizard of Oz. You would have seen it probably at some point, and I think they're going to do a really good job from what we've seen. They're going to do an amazing job of it, actually. So I think, I have mixed thoughts on it, but again, it's not like they're going to change it, right? So it is the Wizard of Oz. It is a timeless classic. It's going to look amazing. And I think it is definitely a good fit for the park. Again, everyone's different. So I think overall, to suit the majority of people, it's probably a good fit. Because, Gremlins and Beetlejuice doesn't suit everyone. Some people go, I don't even know who that is, or I never watched that. So, yeah, that's, if I had to give an answer, that's my answer. But I'm happy that it's the Wizard of Oz. I'm happy that it's that. And actually, if you haven't watched it, remember, there's other Wizard of Oz movies as well. Obviously, this is based around the original. But is that other one? It's a little bit more darker. Is it the Return to Oz or something, or maybe it's called something different? And it's got those. It's a bit darker, and those heads in the cabinets, and I can't remember what it's called. That's a darker version. Probably not the one we're going to see at Movie World, but yeah. So they've done the right. I think they've done the right thing for the majority of the people and families. So little kids are probably going to see that at some point. All right, what have we got here? Someone jumped over the fence to get to Movie World, and Riley caught it on the live. Yeah, I know. I was actually on his live when that happened as well. I'm like, yeah, he just jumped in. I mean, at the end of the day, Movie World to see that now. They'll be looking out for that person again, and they'll get banned. They'll be trespassed actually if they're caught up with, or when they're caught up with. I mean, it's risky. Yeah, it's risky. That was just pretty fluky that was caught at the time. But anyway, glad that the new area isn't another DC area. Yeah, well, that's a very good point, actually, because the park was becoming overrun by superheroes. And it's not DC Comic World, it's Movie World. So they have gone to a movie-based land, which is fantastic. You're right. You did right. That's what they needed to do, 100%. So I agree with that. So my moderator has just said that there's a special on at the moment for Outback Spectacular. So if you're looking at go and check it out online. Looks like there might be a special on there. All right, what have we got here? I was in the Gold Coast. Scott was saying he was in the Gold Coast last weekend back in Victoria now. I hope you had an awesome time up here, mate. I think the weather was pretty good for you. Bring back the tram tour. Yes. Well, I mean, I love tram tours. I went all the way to America to experience the Universal Studios tram tour, 60th anniversary. Absolutely loved it. And the one they had here, I had done it several times. Original tram tour here at Movie World. And yeah, it's definitely a lot of people miss that. Obviously, they can't do exactly that anymore because where the sound stages were is now the Superman ride. So, and the studios themselves are locked down a lot more tighter now than they ever were before. So, yeah. But they could still maybe bring back a version of it. Maybe. Let's hope. Excuse me. Fast and Furious ride would be mad. Yeah, can't wait for that one to open 2026 in Hollywood, Universal Studios. Could you show me some of your Batman expensive merchandise? I don't have Batman expensive merchandise. You mean at the park? Now and then I do shop merch. I go through and show some of the merch in the shops as well. So yeah, no doubt I'll be wandering through the shops again soon as well. I'm glad you had good weather. That's cool. Oh, you think it was funny when Dreamworld posted the crates? Oh, yeah, Movie World posted the Mac crates as well. Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty funny, all right, yeah. It's like they're watching each other's posts. Bring back Lethal Weapon. Yeah, you know what? I love the area. I love the theming. The ride was okay. It used to make me feel sick all the time. Just the whole bang, 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 bang. I don't know. But, yeah, it's, yeah. The area was themed well. Definitely the area was themed well. What have we got here? Sorry, I'm just trying to read the comments. Bring back. Oh, we read that one. I remember watching the Return to Oz It was good, but it was also very dark, like you said. Yeah, yeah, it was. It was. It was. I mean, it's different. It's different. It certainly puts a different light onto that movie, but not quite the same feeling as the first one, for sure. What are some of your big Batman items you own? I don't own any Batman items. No, I got. There's about it. So um, that's it. No, I haven't been to Melbourne Comic Cons. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Again, just costs a lot of money. Time you actually book your tickets and fly down there, and your entry tickets and accommodation, it becomes a massive, expensive weekend. So, just yeah, yeah, just like everyone, we're struggling with making ends meet. So, YouTube pays enough to buy my theme park tickets, and maybe update my camera now and then, and my merch that I wear, that kind of thing. And also helps I get to places like that eventually. We get drip fed a little bits of money, so it's not a lot of money, let me tell you, especially when your only channel's only what mine is. So, but yeah, we have done trips down to Melbourne. We have done trips to Sydney. Obviously, I went to Universal Hollywood, and that was a massive expense that I'll be paying off for the next probably a year or so. But you got to do these things sometimes in life. If you don't do it, you'll never do it. Right? If you don't do it, you'll never do it. The Captain Cold statue and Doomsday area has been removed. Okay. Yeah, it probably is. It was looking a little bit. I think a lot of the figurines in there are looking, probably all need a bit of refreshing. It depends what their plan is for the area, I suppose. Why spend money on it if it's going to come down or what have you? But if it's going to be kept, then yeah, they should be refreshing that stuff as often as when they need to be done. A lot of work needs to be done in that area. But again, when I walk through there, I always film the area, but I don't film and show all the bad, all the nitty gritty stuff, stuff that needs fixing up. What do we got here? Any dates for Fright Nights or Halloween nights at the parks? I think I haven't seen any yet, but what we do know is they released the dates for like when they're hiring this, or put the ad out for hiring the staff for performers for Movie World for Fright Nights. So they had on there the dates. I think it's the 5th of October. I know there'll be someone on here that'll know the exact date, because there'll be more. Some probably may even be someone on here who went to the auditions and who knows the dates. But it'll be I'm pretty sure it's around the 5th of October onwards, give or take a day or two maybe, but around that time, early October. But Halloween, as far as Dreamworld or SeaWorld, Spooky Nights and all that, I haven't seen anything yet. Mind you, I work long hours, so I don't. I got to try and catch up on social media at night time. But I haven't seen anything there, not yet. But I do know Ferrophobia, one of my favorite attractions that I've religiously gone to for I don't know how many years in a row, since it's been in the Gold Coast at least. And good friends of mine now. I've made good friends there with the people that run Ferrophobia. They're amazing family, just amazing people associated with them that work with them. Just an awesome bunch of people that run that. I tell you, I cannot speak more highly enough of the whole entire crew and team at Ferrophobia, and they're so good to me as well. And I really appreciate them. And I've already been seeing what they've been releasing on Instagram and all the teasers and all that sort of thing. Don't think they've got dates yet, but also there'll be a venue change for sure, because the Helensvale Westfield site's now taken over by something else, like a construction company or council or something, or building company, I think it is. All their vehicles and sheds are there. So So that site's not available. So no doubt they've probably got a site somewhere, and they'd have to have it all planned by now. I would be thinking, and I'm sure soon we will see an announcement of the venue, the dates, and all that. And I cannot wait for Ferrophobia. Absolutely love Ferrophobia. So again, when we see it all, we'll share it with you guys just to keep everyone up to date as well. Went to Movie World last week from New Zealand to ride the Flash, and it was closed every day I went. That's disappointing, isn't it? That's really weird, actually, because it was sort of on and off a couple of days that I was there as well. Well, it's a shame. It's a shame because it is definitely a different ride experience from when it was Surf Rider, I think. Anyway, same ride, but it's more modernized. Everything's been replaced on it. I think it rides a lot nicer from what I can remember. So sorry to hear that. What extra features do they have on the... Oh, hey, Family Odyssey. How are you? I'm good. What extra features do they have on the S24? Well, I didn't have the 23. I had the 22, and then I went to the 24. From what I understand, nighttime video is heaps better, and it is 100%. I don't really like the audio as much on the 24 as I did the 22, though. I got to tell you, very sort of echoey. But yeah, night video. Night camera was always good, but night video on this one is top notch. Okay, it's just almost as good as like some of the the Pocket, the DJIs, and all that kind of thing, which have really good night sensors. So it's definitely got a different sensor in this one, and the light sensor. So I took it in. If you watch my Universal Lower Lot video, I've got on-ride footage of the Jurassic Park ride, and it's very dark in there. And there was probably one area of the ride that didn't come out that great, but pretty much the rest of it was quite colorful, and you could see clearly. Apart from now and then it sort of goes a little bit like slightly out of focus, where it's just trying to focus on the light and the colors. But I was really impressed compared to the other phone. Other than that, there's some AI features on it which I don't use. So, and yeah, I literally had to get a new phone before I went to the States because the other one was full as well, and it was only the basic one. I had to upgrade this one, so it was due for upgrading anyway. So yeah. Have I got any signed pops? I actually don't think I do, to be honest with you. I don't think I do. Okay, so am I into wrestling? When I was growing up in the 90s, I was into WWF, like most kids were or teenagers were. I did go to a live wrestling at Dreamworld. It was obviously a separate ticketed event, and there's a video on that, and I absolutely loved it. But I wouldn't say I'm into wrestling, no. I enjoyed the entertainment factor and the fact that it was real. It wasn't just all like fake. It was real, and there's a few people that got hurt and blood. And I was like, wow. So I was very impressed. Very impressed, but I wouldn't say I'm into wrestling, if you know what I mean. How do you feel about the statues on the status? How do you feel about the status of theme parks on the Gold Coast in general? Given COVID, Dreamworld accidents and so on, do you feel it's a viable future for these locations? Yeah, it is. It's essentially what they're really missing out on is that really massive international tourism market. I know when I was there years ago, China was the biggest demographic by far, and I don't think it's quite back there yet. And also the Middle Eastern demographic was really, really, really big. Like this time of year, actually, because in the Middle East, this time of year, obviously it's summer, right? So I think they get temperatures close or upwards around 50 degrees. So a lot of them will travel here for the cooler weather. And of course, it's beautiful weather here. And they would spend a lot of money on particularly on retail products at the parks. Like I remember they just used to buy like piles of t-shirts and all that kind of thing. So all that sort of hasn't come back, and it hasn't come back to a lot of places. And also with the locals like us, local market, everyone's feeling it, the cost of living. So of course, a lot of people go in, don't spend a cent. I always make sure, whilst I'm struggling like everyone else, I still try and always buy coffees, and I'll also have donations for that, which I very much appreciate. Usually always try and buy lunch there as well. And if there's a new piece of merch that I like, I'll usually buy that as well. So I would always support them, keeping in mind it's locals that work at those parks, keeps them in jobs. So, yeah, I think Gold Coast in general is definitely still a major tourist destination, not just for Australia, but for the world. New Zealand's a big market for Gold Coast as well. And yeah, the Asia market. So I think the future is bright, and I reckon within 5 years we'll see a really big change. And particularly keeping in mind the Olympics are coming up 2032 in Brisbane. So I think by then we'll have more attractions and rides here in the parks, and I think that's what everyone will be gearing up to. So I reckon you could almost put money on it that when those Olympics are here and on, there probably won't be anything under construction. It'll all just be open and to be enjoyed. That's what I reckon. So no, I reckon it's a bright future. But like anything, I think there's just some probably still another couple of tough years ahead for the parks. Costs a lot of money to run a theme park, a heck of a lot of money. So I think they do good with what they've got, right? All right. Fingers crossed they knock down the play structure next at SeaWorld and replace it with a decent ride. Yeah, well, they've knocked down one. You're talking about Castaway Bay, right? So with the climbing structure, I take it. There's actually my latest SeaWorld video. I actually featured it. One's been completely knocked down. It's gone. The one that's like straight ahead. So the big one on the right hand side still there. Seems to be partially closed, and they are doing work around it. And I don't know if it's work to fix it up and reopen it, which I'm hoping, or whether they're dismantling. I couldn't really make it out, to be honest with you. So anyway, part of it was open. We went in there, had a look around. So yeah, interesting to see what's going to happen there. Yeah, a decent ride in there would bring people to the back of the park for sure. So we'll see what happens. Okay, sorry, the comments are going real fast. If I miss your comment, just post it again. I can't keep rolling back. Maybe we should have a Jurassic Park area. Unfortunately, that's Universal Studios. They'd have to pay massive IP licensing fees to even have that in a Warner Brothers park. So they've done it before when they had Shrek, which is Universal or DreamWorks, and same with DreamWorld when they had Shrek. They paid for that, of course, too. So it's not like they won't do it. But I think if you're talking about a main attraction ride, they'd have to pay some big dollars. Actually, like Universal's done with Harry Potter, because they bought the theme park rights for Harry Potter, even though it's a Warner Brothers movie. So Warner Brother Park, well, even though I think in Dubai they're opening a Warner Brothers Harry Potter world, I think, but I think that's not in a theme park. I think it's again, I have to look up. I could be wrong, but there's some loophole there. But generally speaking, Universal owns that rights. So yeah, it's all confusing. So, but yes, it would be great to have some major attraction like that here for sure. Absolutely. A lot of people travel to the Gold Coast for the GC supercars. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a massive event here in the Gold Coast, having the supercars. Have I been to Dracula's in the Gold Coast? Yes, I have. I haven't been for a few years, but I still, yeah, I still definitely enjoy going there. Again, it's been a few years. Wouldn't mind going back there at some point. Um, any updates on Fright Night mazes? So all I know is the DC Deceased will be back again this year as a permanent maze. And what was the other one? There was one other that's I think going to be a permanent maze. I think it's the name of it's just escaped me. You know the one the underwater one. Someone will know what it was. Yeah, it just escaped me at the minute. So I think they might be permanent, and then they'll cycle through different ones on the other ones, unless they're bringing back another one for another year. Am I going to Icky this year? Yep. I wasn't going to actually. I was just saying before, undecided. I was and I wasn't, and I was and I wasn't, and now probably go back. Probably it's just real expensive day, but we'll see. We'll see. How's the night going so far? Yeah, we're going good. Thanks. I hope you're doing well. All right. Sorry, just reading comments again. Anyone know the ticket sale release dates for any of the Halloween nights at the Gold Coast? We've booked flights and accommodation so that we can coordinate go to each of the nights. You were just saying before, I think Fright Nights might be starting on the 5th of October, or around that time. But I don't think they've announced any of the other ones yet. Bodie's saying that he's watched the video in SeaWorld and the slides in that play area have been closed for years now. Okay. I've been in there for years, so I thought it was something recent. Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, hopefully they do something with that. Eka is like the, let's just say like the Easter show, but not at Easter time, pretty much. Agricultural type of, same sort of thing. Have you been to Ripley's? Yep, I have a video. Actually, there's a couple of videos on my channel on that one. Check it out. Do you think they'll do a Beetlejuice maze? I tell you what, I really hope so. There could be a possibility of that, though. I think there could well be a possibility of that. That will be exciting. Dracula's might be going again. Dracula in October. Are you going as Dracula or going to Dracula's? I'm not sure. Sounds cool either way. Do you do for normal job? I work in sales on the road. Scott, are you an NBA basketball fan? No, not really, mate. No, I like all American sport, particularly NFL is what I actually like. But yeah, I don't follow AFL. I do follow NRL and rugby, and NFL. I do like NBA, but I don't follow it. I don't follow NBA. Yeah, for any birthday shout outs, we do have that facility available through the Buy Me a Coffee app. But I do hope you have an awesome birthday on the 10th, Extreme Sloth Man. I hope you have an awesome day. But yeah, just if you want to do it through that Buy Me a Coffee app, that's where the shout outs are essentially done through there. Fright Nights, yeah, it's a bit of a screamer event. Absolutely right. I reckon Verophobia is more of a screamer event, to be honest with you. Me personally, I find. I'm not saying I know anything about Beetlejuice, but someone who is actually on this live, I won't point them out, but they did see something in park that behind, like through just through a fence, not like they weren't going in the wrong part or anything, that may have indicated there could be potentially something happening there with Beetlejuice. But excuse me, we don't know for sure at all. All right, so nothing's been announced, said, or mentioned. No idea. Hellship, yeah, that's right. Hellship, that's right. So I think maybe that's going to be staying as a permanent one at Maze at Movie World Fright Nights. Excuse me. Loving the Theme Park Cartel podcast. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, we enjoy doing that podcast every second Wednesday. So thanks for listening. If anyone hasn't listened to the Theme Park Cartel podcast, check it out on your favorite streaming platform. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating as well. That's myself and Riley from That's So Mid and Adrian from AU Theme Park Fan. And we just chat about different things, theme park news, what we've been up to, different things all to do with the theme parks. And we even have times there where you can voice record yourself and send it in on email as well. And we can play that on the podcast. So anyway, go back a couple of podcasts and you'll see where to send all that information as well. Just did the Leviathan backwards. Recommend that I do it. Well, it's on my bucket list. It is on my bucket list. Not sure if I'm going to be doing that one first or Rivals. So haven't decided. We'll see. If I get disorientated, I could pass out. I don't know. I'm just getting people's opinions from it as they go on it. Hey, Rex, thank you very much. I appreciate thanks for your comments. Appreciate that. Have they said a month or season that Scooby-Doo is opening back up in 2025? No, they haven't. But I mean, again, no, they haven't. So I'm thinking probably first half of next year. Could be first quarter, but let's just say first half of next year, sometime. I mean, if the trains are here or on their way, who knows? Movie World might make some awesome announcement right on Christmas. Bang! It's open. Imagine that. That would be the best news ever. So that you never know. I mean, there might be something that they might be thinking of doing is getting it. There might be ahead of schedule and might go, well, instead of Easter, if they were thinking of Easter, maybe it can be open at this Christmas for the peak. I mean, that would be awesome, right? That would be so cool. But no, at this point in time, it still says 2025, but no date specifically for Scooby-Doo. But yeah, if the trains are coming, so any tame rides just because of your operations at Movie World? Are you talking about tame rides at Movie World? Yep, Justice League. You better ride that one and shoot the Starros. What else? Driving school. I mean, adults, kids and adults can fit on that. Wild West Falls, I think, is tame. It doesn't like, it doesn't throw you around. I mean, at the end, obviously, there's the drop, but I'd consider that a tame ride myself. I love that ride, but I'd consider it tame. And of course, there's stunt shows, which is not a ride, but stunt show. What else is there? Any kids rides? Some adults can fit on the kids rides as well, like the drop tower. Well, even the drop tower, even the Batwing, it does shoot you up. So I think it's tame. I don't know, but again, I'm not sure of your circumstances. So, you probably want to get checked for clearance on that before you ride, and you can check those things out also at guest services. They can give you a wristband depending on your circumstances. So, yeah, check it out first. Safety first, and health as wealth. So, cool. Let's just have a look. Is Adrian and That's So Mid a father and son? No. You'd think so, right? No. Actually, how that come about was I first met Adrian. He approached me one day at Dreamworld, and he was just doing Instagram photos. And he was just saying he followed my channel and that. And yeah, we just got chatting and just seen him a few times in the parks and just started hanging out, really. And then obviously, he wanted to do YouTube in the end, so he got into that. And then Riley was actually, when I had that competition on my channel 2 years ago, I think it was, for when I hit 5,000 subscribers, I gave away a $500 cash prize. Riley was actually my winner for that, and he didn't have a channel or anything at that time. So we did a video together for Christmas, handing presents out to kids and family at Movie World as well. And then he just wanted to get into it as well, and now he's probably skyrocketed past probably everyone. I think he's doing an amazing job with his YouTube and his particularly his TikToks, Instagram, and everything like that. So his content's obviously more coaster focused or ride coaster focused, and he's very knowledgeable on all of that. And plus, he's obviously done amazing travel lately as well. So no, we didn't know each other at all. None of us did. Just people that have similar interests, and we're all different ages too. Like, so but we just all get on, and so we decided to hang out. We do a podcast together as well. What do we got here? Okay, we've gone through that one. Cassie's saying she'll pay for me to go backwards on the. Well, I think it's only $10 at the moment, so you don't have to do that. It's all good. But it's just I'm on medication for blood pressure, so if I get disorientated, I could pass out. So I just got to make sure, from that I don't pass out. Really, I want to enjoy it, right? So we'll see. Hey, John, how are you, mate? GC Party Buses, he's done Leviathan backwards. You're a bit younger than me, mate, so you can handle it. You can hack it better than I can. Scott's saying you got a photo with Batman Movie World. That's cool, man. And you got Batman tattoos. That's cool. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Must really be a fan. Really be a fan. He'll get me a coffee afterwards. Yeah, definitely after, not before. Ileana's saying she saw Deadpool and Wolverine. I haven't seen that yet, actually. Yeah, it looks. You don't want to have nightmares. Okay. It does look cool though. I must have to check that one out as well in my spare time. Scooby has to be less screens and more practical. I'm pretty sure they're Dane, how are you, mate? I think their aim is to try and keep that ride true to its original. So, the operating system had to get changed out. Some track changes, obviously train carriage changes, but they'll probably still look very similar to the original, which is great. I'm hoping they're going to get rid of that last part that goes like that, because it's like, I call it the backbreaker. It's like the track's too steep for the train. It's like when you just about smacks your tailbone on it. I don't like that last part. Where they have that looks like a tunnel with the smoke and the like, you know what I mean. At the end, that last drop. I like the last surprise drop, but maybe I could smooth that out a little bit. Maybe we'll see. Hopefully, definitely more practical sets and effects. Ryder's saying he's seen something in the show building that may resemble Beetlejuice, so we're not sure yet. We are holding on to hope. Scott's saying he missed the showcase, the Batman showcase. Yeah, all that stuff's been sent back now. Although some of the vehicles and some of the things do belong to Movie World. The rest of it went back over to LA. So that is gone now. It's ripped out. But if you scroll back on my channel, you'll find a couple of videos on that attraction. More than one. I'm hoping to go back to Gold Coast when the Wizard of Oz, Scooby-Doo, and the new Dreamworld areas open. No point in going now when all the stuff is opening soon. Yeah, if I didn't live here, I'd be the same. I'd be waiting till I'd wait till it's well and truly open. Right? It's like anything new. Like I'd love to go to Epic Universe next year, right? When it opens. One, it's going to be jam-packed. Two, brand new park, brand new attractions, probably have some downtimes, delays. It's a long way to go. Yeah, you can get fast pass and all that, but it's a long way to go if you can't get on stuff. If the place is too busy, if you can't get, if you can't ride because it's gone down. Like the same thing happened to Leviathan. It opened and then it was closed for a period of time, not long after it opened. So, yeah, for me, I would wait till it's been open. Some months the hype's gone a little bit down, just a little bit down. Not much down, but just a little bit down. But just so we know the rides are going and bugs have been smoothed out, that kind of thing. So yeah, good plan for that. No, the Scooby-Doo is not turning into Beetlejuice, as far as we know. No, it's pretty much it's not. Yeah, they might use the showcase for an extra maze, so we get an extra maze this year. That would be so cool, and maybe it is the Beetlejuice maze. I mean, who knows? Let's live in hope. Off to Japan. So John is off to Japan and Shanghai at the end of October, November for Halloween. Oh, you lucky bugger. You're very lucky, and I hope you have an awesome time, mate. It sounds so cool. I'd love to do that one day. Do you think they've changed the track layout of Scooby-Doo Coaster or just the rides? Yeah, I don't know about the layout, but I think partially some of the track may change slightly, but not totally though. I would doubt. Trains, yes. Effects and that sort of thing, possibly yes. So they're doing a lot of work on it. Yeah, the end part of Scooby Ride is the backbreaker is terrible. Feels like it's going too fast, too steep, and too sharp for the train. That's what it feels like. Whiplash on the Scooby-Doo ride, best ride. Yeah, it is a cool ride. It's a really cool ride. The same rides at Disney California Adventure, but it's called was it called Goofy's? Is it Sky Planes or something like that? Something Goofy's Flight or something like that. Exact same coaster, outdoor though, not as good as Scooby, of course. It's got one on Justice League ride. Yeah, it's not a bad ride. It's well themed and everything. Just it's pretty tame, but it's good. Yeah, ride layout won't be changing on Scooby. That's a set thing, but they might change. They might smooth that bump out, maybe. Do I think they'll change out the stunt show anytime soon? Probably not anytime soon. I think once Wizard of Oz is open, I really think the next thing they need to focus on is Doomsday. What's happening with their ride, the area, the precinct? That needs to be the next on the list. There has been talk over the years of the stunt show changing a number of times. In fact, back when I worked there years ago, I was involved with meetings with what was potentially going in there. So they've done a lot of planning, costing, and everything. But of course, it's getting it over the line. It's the cost and all that kind of thing. So I think, yes, it will change, definitely. I just don't think it's anytime soon. I think it will be on the definite. Maybe it's number 2 on the plan. But it's not next on the plan. It might be after that. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Yeah, the Aquaman and Batman displays were awesome. And because I was lucky enough to go to Hollywood just a few months ago, Warner Brothers Studios over there have a big DC section. I've got a video of it, obviously, and you can check that out. And that was just pretty much similar, but better again. Like the actual screen used Batmobile like was there, and blew your mind, crazy. And screen used costumes and stuff. Do you live in surfers? Close to surfers, but not in surfers. No. Got called insane for going on the Leviathan backwards. Yeah, it is. It is pretty crazy, I must admit. Well, I haven't been on it, but I'm taking. I'd say it's crazy. Do you think Dreamworld will ever look back into getting a flume ride? I hope so, or something similar. Anyway, it needs a water park. I think you're right. It definitely needs a flume ride or a dark ride, water ride, 100%. And I reckon they will. But maybe that's what's going to happen down where the vintage cars, the old ones, are or were. Maybe, but I think that's probably on the plans for the future. I hope so. I love water rides. I went to one of the carnivals at SeaWorld. I went on the playground, slipped and hurt myself. Oh, that's no good. I hope you're okay. Did the Fright Nights Underground Disco make the cut for this year? I haven't seen anything yet. I was actually just looking at a video that I did last year and featured that club. And there was times where there was no one in there the whole night because it's, I guess, everything's happening outside of there. So I don't know. I mean, I liked it. It was a good vibe in there, but I was a bit annoyed. I paid all this money at the front for it, and then because no one was going, they cut the price right down, and yeah. So I don't know. I'm probably going to say no. But again, they haven't announced it yet. As I always do when everything's released, I normally do a video of what to expect for Fright Nights. So that's something I've done every year. So I'll be doing that again, of course. And we'll unpack it all. It's where I unpack what's happening for the night, for the event. Fright Nights food and drinks. What's my pick? They're probably they blueprinted a lot. So what I mean by that is they have a plan that they use every year. Usually it's the same kind of thing, right? So blood bags. You might get the donut with the syringe in it full of custard or raspberry jam, whatever you squeeze into I don't know, that kind of thing. I love themed food and drinks. So when I go to an event like a Fright Nights, hooray for Hollywood, Heroes and Villains, or any other kind of those sort of events, I love to see what they put together for food and drink options and treats and themed. I love that. And it just adds to the event, really. I think it's awesome. I know it takes a bit of planning and designing on their behalf and costs and all that, but it definitely is something that makes those events. The states do it well. They always have full themed foods and everything. They got more people, obviously, in those countries. So in America, obviously, and at those parks, so they've got probably more money to pour into that, and they do it well. But yeah, I hope to think that they'd have at least those things, and maybe think about something different this year as well. When you go to the parks, how often do you actually go on the rides? Just wondering, because you go often. I don't go on them every single time I go. When I was last at SeaWorld, obviously, we rode the Leviathan that day. Yeah, it depends on the day. So I only get 1 day a week to film. I work full time. I'm busy. I edit a lot. Editing is hours and hours of work. So I pretty much get a day to film a week. And sometimes I try to do 3 parks on the 1 day. So it doesn't leave much time to ride. If I'm doing one park, if I haven't got much else going on, I'll jump on a ride when it's not busy. Because when it's busy, there's no point. I can just go anytime anyway. So the answer is yes, but not that often because I have to film, I have to make the video. I get stopped a lot by people, which is fine, for photos and chats and stuff. So that's all cool. It takes up time as well. So yeah, I do. But obviously, number one aim is to get a video out for you guys. I'm sorry to hear that, Scott, that you lost your niece in a car accident in January. Oh, it's terrible. I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, Movie World is Movie World is a good park. They're all good parks. They're all good parks. I'm really sorry to hear that, Scott. Do I think Movie World should be open at night time? Absolutely. Even if it's Friday, Saturday nights, or Thursday, maybe Friday, Saturday, maybe even Sunday. Definitely different vibe. Maybe all the holidays they should be open until like 9 every night. I mean, I love going to like theme parks over in America when they're open into the night. Even night events here, the park becomes a whole nother park. It's different, right? So I think there's a big opportunity there, and I think that's part of the thing that by putting a hotel at the front, whenever that gets kicked off again or what have you, is then having people actually staying there so they can open the park longer and they can maybe put in a new restaurant here and there. So people will be there. That's what they need, because a lot of people stay in surfers, which is like half an hour's drive from the theme parks. So most of them want to get back to their accommodation, put their stuff, the purchases away, freshen up, and go and have dinner. That's why surfers are so busy just about every night. Mocktails, mocktails are good. Mocktails are good. The burger at Fright Nights was delicious. Yeah, I don't know I can't even remember what I had. I have to watch my video to see what I even had. Food's always pretty good though. Food's always pretty good. I'm sorry you're having a tough time there, Princess Meta. I really hope all you're going through is, I hope you're on the road to recovery really soon. Yeah, nothing at the moment about the hotel that we've heard. Nothing more. Haven't seen any updates on the on-site accommodation. So, hotel. Yeah, soundstage volunteering. Yeah, that was so good, wasn't it? It was so good. They're gone now, though. That's the thing. Well, there's the soundstages at the studios, but they're all pretty full, I think, at the moment. It was cool when they brought people into the audience as well. From the audience onto the stage. Over the years, I was chosen for all of those things: the Lethal Weapon, the Superman, and the Memphis Belle. Over the years, that's pretty cool. Do you want a Disney park to come to Australia? I don't know, really. Yes and no. Probably yes. And then I'd become Jaggs Disney's Journeys. Probably spend all my time at those parks. I love Disney parks. Squishy's family is off to bed. I'll get the kids to bed. Thank you, mate. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate joining on the chat. That's appreciated. Thank you so much. Have a good night. 3 parks in one day. Yeah, it's a tough gig. It's literally you got to be raced around and you got to have a plan. You got to know what you're going to film. You got to have it all planned out in your head. So, yeah. So GC party buses. There's a link on Luxodia Limos. Okay, so looking for transport to your next event or airport transfers with Jaggs Journeys. Quote Jaggs Journeys and receive 5% discount on your next limousine booking. There you go. And I was going to say thanks to John. You're an absolute legend, and I appreciate everything you do. So yeah, check that out. So that's LUXXODIA, Luxodia limos. All right. Airport transfers or going to an event. Quote Jaggs Journeys to receive 5% discount. There you go. There you go. Squishy saying, "Pierce everyone by Shana Coffee." Thank you very much. Put the QR code. Oh, that's a good idea. Put my QR code on my live. I don't know. I don't know if I can. I might be able to. I don't know. I don't even know how I can do that. There probably is a way to do that. I have to look into that. One. Oh, let's see. What's this one? No, that's not it. I'll look into that. But yeah, if you go to my Instagram, there's a thing called Linktree. Click on that. Scroll through. There's all my links there, and then you'll see the Buy Me a Coffee one there as well. And yeah, like they don't just buy coffee. So it's called Buy Me a Coffee. I do drink coffee in the parks, and I do obviously that's how it's sort of marketed, right? So it's a separate company that runs the app. So for I think the minimum you can put on there is $5, and I don't get the full $5. I get about $4.20. I think so. The app people take about 80 cents of that. So I try and accumulate as much of that as I can, which also does, help me get to other places like my USA trip. I was saving for like over 2 years, I think it was, and plus with the little Buy Me a Coffees coming through every week, and a little bit of YouTube money I was putting aside. So that it all definitely helps and is greatly appreciated. I mean, if I can bring more content for you guys and different kind of content, Gold Coast theme parks content is starting to get a bit flooded. Let's face it, right? Hence why I still put together. I like to do a decent update video. That's just what I do, and I'm limited to time anyway, right? So, but if I can get to more other different kind of places for you guys, and I already do theme parks, attractions, events. So supernovas, go to those. Any other kind of attractions, we try to get to as well. Obviously, we've got the Gold Coast. Was a Pacific Air Show on the Gold Coast coming up next week. I'm probably not going to go to that actual. I mean, I might head there. I haven't got a ticket yet, but I was thinking about going. But then again, it's in the sky. So do you need to be in that precinct? I know they'll do their acrobatics sort of right in front of that precinct, but it's up in the sky. You should be able to see it from nearby. So maybe I'll get the close. I don't know. Excuse me. Eka pretty much was there last year. I think the year before. We've done Eka many times. It's always a good event. It's a bit different. So people like that event as well. But yeah, any of those kind of things definitely help me along and get to those places to bring more videos to you guys. So thank you to everyone who has bought a coffee in the past and who may buy me one in the future. It's always appreciated. Also, if you want birthday shout outs, anything like that, you can use that app. It's just one platform, nice and easy, nice and simple. Just say, hey, can you give a shout out? And I don't put there's no prices as such. I've been thinking about putting a bit of a list together for you guys based on what other content creators do for different things. Personalized messages. Some people want to like a special video, like emailed to them. That's just just for their family member. I've done a few of those, and they've paid me money to do that. And so yeah, there's all sorts of things that we can do for you guys. So it does help me out a lot, and it's all appreciated. So thank you. Would you ever sell the Jaggs Journeys logo on your wall? Because I'd love that on your wall. Well, I don't think is that something you'd buy, really? I don't know. Haven't thought about it. Maybe. You never know. They need a Marvel theme park here. That would be cool. That would be cool, actually. Disney owns that, though, so it has to be a Disney park. Thanks, John, for buying the coffees. Again, thank you. Always appreciated. Rocket Raccoon is the best Marvel character. Yeah. It's cool when you go into what's that ride? Used to be the Hollywood Tower of Terror. At DCA. So cool. Are you off to movie world? When are you off to movie world next? Not sure. Got within the next couple of weeks, I'd say. Next couple of weeks. Have you been to Wahlburgers and Surfers? No, I haven't actually. I've been to Wahlburgers in Sydney, Circular Quay. I've been to the one in Hollywood. Didn't eat in there though. I just went in there to have a look. And I do plan on going to the Surfers. In fact, only a couple of hours ago, I was standing out in front of Wahlburgers and Surfers Paradise when I was at work. Just checking if Mark Wahlberg was in there, but he wasn't. So trying to catch him. He's been in there a few times. He's filming a movie here at the moment. In fact, I think they were filming in Brisbane yesterday. I was in Brisbane because I'm in sales. I drive around and I visit customers in my job. I could not get parked in Fortitude Valley up the top end because I think it's his movie. All the production trucks were had all the back streets all. You could not get a park. I normally park in loading zones because I visit customers. I'm in there maybe 15 minutes. So I'm going to park in loading zones or street parking. Fortitude Valley is really hard to get sort of that kind of parking, but they were all completely. You could not. They're full. Couldn't get in there. So I think it's because he was doing his movie, filming in there yesterday as well. But he's been visiting the Surfers one quite often. I think 3 or 4 times he's been there. He's posted it on his Instagram. I follow him on Instagram. Definitely one of my favorite actors. Love Mark Wahlberg. He's just awesome. So love to meet him. That'll be cool. But probably won't happen. But never mind. If he's on this live, no, I don't think he'd be on the live. All right. What else we got here? Can we email you recommendations for your content? Yeah, sure. It's just jaggsjourneysgc at gmail.com. And just depends on the budget, obviously. Movie World was busy on Monday. Oh, that's good. For a Monday, that's good. How far off is Wizard of Oz? So early December, they said. No date, but early December. And Dreamworld, I'd say early to mid-December, I would say. So my moderators put my details in. So the email's on the screen. So just a reminder, this whole live stream is moderated. So from time to time, there's been people spamming that kind of thing, so they get bumped. Carly said the lady behind her said it would be 40 minutes, and it was 1 hour and 30 minutes for DC Rivals. Worth the wait though. It is an awesome ride. It is super fast, super awesome. It's been a while since I've been on it actually. It is worth the wait. Me, I only like to wait about half an hour. That's just me. Might have seen you in the Goldie and noticed. I might have seen you in the Goldie. I noticed a movie set truck and a few other trucks and surfers near a park. Yeah, they're actually filming another movie. There's a couple of movies being filmed at the moment, actually. One is called The Bluff. There was actual pirate ship. It was like a half pirate ship, but looked unreal, just down near Helensvale. It's just been dismantled to film a big scene there, or several scenes there. Yeah, and they're always filming around the Gold Coast because I drive. I'm a rep, so I always see them. Like I was up a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, right at the back of Tamborine Mountain. I was coming down the back there, and then all of a sudden, all the big movie trucks were there, and at this property there, and filming something over there. So, this TV series, Netflix stuff, there's so much going on. A friend of mine has a American police car, and it's normally Gotham City Police Department. And one of the movies that are getting made paid him money to have use of his car, and they took all the decals off it and put all the Gotham City Police decals off it and put on their whatever the state police was for America. And then obviously when they finished with it, they took those decals off and put his ones, or replicated his ones, back on. Excuse me. And you got money for that. So there's always stuff going on the Gold Coast, particularly with movies and TV being filmed, TV shows. I love it. That's what I love here. It's awesome. I love all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's probably look. I mean, they do lots of location studio work, then they do off location work as well. Well, is it called on location? I'm not sure. On location. Yeah, they're doing a lot in Brisbane City. I know that as well. You were just about to go on Justice League and it broke down. Oh, that's no good. Jeez. Right at this Saturday. Yeah, that's cool. Is the new roller coaster at Dreamworld opening along with the new section? Or was that a bit afterwards? All at the same time. So it's the Rivertown precinct will all be open at once. Marisupi Motors and the Jungle Rush roller coaster. All of that's basically is Rivertown. Obviously, it's a town on the side of a river. So, and the Billabong restaurant, if it's still going to be called that, we're not sure, will be open, rethemed as well. Very exciting. And again, I keep saying it, nothing's been announced or said from Dreamworld, but my pick is Motor Coaster is going to have to be rethemed, or at least recolored, right? It's maybe more earthy tones, what have you. I think rethemed, but I think that Motor Coaster store would have to become the gift store or the main merchandise store for Rivertown. That's my thoughts. That's just my own personal, what I think based on the area and looking at it all. I don't think if they sell merch in the restaurant, then maybe they'll just have a little bit in there. But I think they'll have to have a main store, and I really do think that'll be the store. Again, they haven't said it. So I could be completely wrong. There might be a new store, or then maybe it is in the restaurant. I don't know. That's just my pick anyway. Got near where Tom Hiddleston was in Brisbane and Chris Hemsworth. That's pretty cool. It was a couple of years ago, when they were doing that Thor movie here, I think. You know, when they were filming the movie, is it San Andreas with The Rock? That was done here. And the first scene when the car's hanging over the cliff and the Rock's in the helicopter, they just built that rock wall on the side of one of the sound stages. I think it was the tallest one. I think it was 8 or 7 or 8 or whatever it is. Yeah, Joe Parsons saw them filming that. So you can see the car that was hanging down, and then the helicopter was like I think it was on a crane actually. Yeah, so pretty cool how they do it, and then how it looks in the movies is amazing. So yeah, it's pretty cool. The reason I like your Jaggs Journeys logo is because it looks awesome. I'm a huge fan. I wish you had 1 million subs. Oh, thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. Yeah, I actually designed that myself. I had several different versions, I suppose, of it until I came up with the final one. Yeah, it works. I like it. It took me a while to do it too, even though it's pretty simple. But so yeah, basically, there is a meaning to it, by the way. So it just means the star is for starring, and then the JJ, Jaggs Journeys, and that's the YouTube play symbol. So starring Jaggs Journeys on YouTube. That's what it means. That's what my logo means. So there you go. Or maybe it means Jaggs Journey is a star on YouTube or is about to become a star on YouTube. I don't know. But anyway, that's what it is. I appreciate your comments. Thank you, Rix, for that. And definitely appreciate the support. I think the new movie's called Balls Up. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. It is to the Mark Wahlberg one. Yeah, you're right. And there's another movie, the pirate one's called The Bluff. And then there's the Apples Don't Fall Far, or the Apple, something like that. There's another one that's being filmed or been filmed. Wolverine and Deadpool, your favorite? Yeah, they're cool characters. I do like those two characters. Sporting Globe is a good place to eat and hang out. I haven't been there, actually. Haven't been there. Must go there. Motorcycle ride at Dreamworld definitely needs something new. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll do something with that. I'm pretty sure they will make a change to that. Because it kind of doesn't fit, right? So they got to do something. Yeah, it's definitely gonna. That whole area is gonna come alive, and it's just gonna be awesome. I know we all can't wait for that. What's the skate shop near Statewide Sport Shop called? Inside, just near Wahlburgers and Sushi Place. On Surfers. That is called. Gee. I can't think what it's called. Is it like yesterday? No, not yesterday's, or no? It's something. Anyway, I'm not sure. I know it. I've seen it plenty of times. I just can't think of it at the moment. But yeah, that's a pretty cool store as well. Love the racing idea of motor coaster, but the ride has been so neglected. I think need to make room for a new attraction. It's a big area, so they could do something pretty decent with that, or even just retheme it. It'd be okay if they rethemed it, I guess. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, as we said before, a couple of events coming up. Obviously, this weekend the ECA starts in Brisbane for about a week and a half. They'll have their show holiday, I think, mid next week, if you're lucky enough to live in Brisbane. And then, of course, Gold Coast show is coming up the end of this month, and that'll be on a Gold Coast show day Friday. Then the air show is next week, after ECA, essentially, down the Gold Coast here. What I heard about the air show, so last year sold out, and there was a massive demand for more tickets. And thanks, Princess Matter. Thanks again for jumping on. I appreciate it. Sorry. Thank you. Have a good night. So the area was basically a really kind of small area. This year, I understand that they've widened the area. So I'm not sure exactly how far from like, say, where the Surfers Cavill area is, where the main sort of seating or precinct is for the air show. So there's different gates now, and they've stretched them way up the Esplanade now. So the area is massive now. So there must be some just general admission now that you can just get in and walk around. So they can fit more people, sell more tickets. Makes sense, right? Thing is, though, if you were going in there to try and get a free look at it, you're going to be pushed back now. Like, so you got the main air show here, like in the middle of the beach, and now it's like the precinct is like massive now. So you're gonna have to be a little way away, but it's in the sky, so surely, right, you should still be able to see some stuff. So we'll see. You may be able to get in, maybe able to see it all from nearby for free, or go in and enjoy the atmosphere, or go to one of the restaurants and Surfers or whatever it might be. Brandon's going to Germany and Paris next week. Wow, that is cool. That is very cool, and so lucky to do that. Only planned theme park is Disneyland. I've heard that's absolutely amazing. So I hope you really have an awesome time. That sounds so cool. You've done zero research. Okay. Any recommendations? A family with a 2-year-old. Okay. Get a stroller for sure. And there's plenty of stroller parking at all the rides. They always have stroller parking. Yeah, look, I haven't been to Paris, but excuse me, I've been to Disneyland in Anaheim a few times. And look, Disney parks are big and take a lot to get around. Check out the opening hours. If you can get in a bit earlier for rope drop or early access, even try and get some of the things you want to get done first out of the way. Plenty of rides there for kids of 2 years old. So, like, yeah, there's heaps of. Pardon me, excuse me. That's what Pepsi Max does to you. Plenty of family attractions, and yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And I think they have things like the parent swap. You know, like, so if one of you goes on the ride and then holds the child, and then the other parent comes out, swaps, and then the other one goes on the ride. Not quite the same. Like, I'm talking like the roller coaster-y type rides, not for 2-year-olds. I think they'll offer those kind of things. Depending on the crowds, and if you can, depending if you can, and the price, fast track's always a good option. It's a long way to go if you can't get on something. Yes, it costs more, but when you think about it, if you come back and you went, I missed out on 5 rides that I wanted to go on because the queues were like 3 hours long. If you had the fast pass, might have cost you a few $100, but when you got those done, you'd feel better, right? So you live once. But they're big days. Disney's a big days. Be prepared to do a lot of walking, good shoes, keep hydrated. Definitely want to get the character photos, and particularly with a young child, having those family photo memories of Disney characters, and it's awesome. Also, if you like to do it, we've done it before, is the character breakfasts. They have the character breakfasts usually in park, or even at like one of the surrounding restaurants. Like in America, they have that downtown Disneyland hotel, and they have Goofy's Kitchen there. So I'm not sure about Paris, but they should have an on-site in-park restaurant that they do like a character breakfast or maybe a dinner or something like that. That's really cool. They come around to your tables. It's a bit personal. It's good. So yeah, I'd probably do a little bit of research before you go, to be honest, to just prepare. Maybe try and look at a map of the park and just get a bit of a idea of the layout of the park. Just so sort of you go in not blind, if you know what I mean. A little bit prepared. You're still not going to know everything, and you're still going to. That's half the fun. Experience everything for the first time, right? So, yeah. I hope that's helped. There's probably plenty more tips and tricks. You can probably just jump on YouTube and search tips for visiting Disney parks with a family or something like that. You'll find stuff. There'll be plenty of information out there for sure. I hope you have an awesome time. It sounds like an amazing trip. I hope you have a safe and enjoyable time. What do we got there? Sorry, I'm just reading comments. That's why I'm quiet. Hope you become a star, and I've got to go. Okay, Rick, thanks again. Appreciate your comments and for jumping on the live. Thanks heaps. Hey, Jeff, how's the arcade and Kids WB area going at Movie World? Last I saw, the painting, doing all the framework on the inside, electrical work, really coming along, really progressing really well. I haven't been back there since my last video, so that's been a week and a half already. And I'm sure the way they progress those projects, I'm sure by now it's probably almost completely painted and probably got windows in and stuff going in. I'm sure that will be ready probably for, I reckon they're pushing for September, October. That's what I think. So, yeah, progressing well. I'll provide you another update. And if any of my other regular local people, subscribers are on here, and if you're visiting, just flick us some photos if you're there and you can do us an update. Obviously, I'll tag you as supplying the photo, and we'll post that for everyone to see if anyone's popping there this week. Have you heard anything about Fright Nights? Tickets come on sale. Don't know when the tickets come on sale. Must be soon, I'd imagine. And we're just talking about that before, probably early October, I think. Fast Times skateboard shop. It's called. Thanks, Scott. Fast Times, yeah, that's what it is. Which park do you think is going to get a new ride next? I'm hoping Movie World, where the Doomsday is. I hope that's the next thing that's going to happen. I do know too that Dreamworld have a much bigger plan than what's happening right now. So what's happening now might be only stage 3 of 5, for example. I don't know, but there'll be more happening at Dreamworld, and I'm sure more happening at Movie World and SeaWorld too. We've already seen the removal of one of the climbing areas at the back end of SeaWorld. Don't know if the other one's going to get removed too. This is in Castaway Bay. So there might be something new coming there. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I would say the next will have to be that Doomsday area. It's got to be next on the agenda for sure. I think so anyway. It's never open because the ride is unreliable and has faulted several times. So it's a shame because that's a pretty decent ride when it's working, right? So the area so well themed. I love that area. But I guess that ride has problems, and Movie World are extremely upset and annoyed about that. And it's not their fault. It's actually the ride manufacturer because it's not been a reliable ride. So you can imagine how they feel. They spent all this money on this area in their park to have this attraction that was good, that now is basically, well, the counterweights are gone, so it's not decommissioned, but it's not working. It's not going at all. So it's a pretty visual part of the park as well. So they would definitely have a plan for that, 100%. And they even said that they are considering their options for that. So then they know that's got to change. Something's got to happen there. We will see that happen probably over the next 12 to 24 months, I would say. It depends on their parent company as well with, funding. So everything costs money, right? So, but yeah, I think that'll be the next. How much longer do you think the current stunt show at Movie World lasts? Yeah, it's due for a revamp for sure. I think it's overdue. It's definitely overdue. Not to take it away from anyone that works on that show. They do an amazing job. They're highly skilled, awesome bunch of guys too. If you ever meet them, they're so awesome. And they do the show I still love watching that show. I don't watch it too often, but whenever I go back in to watch it, I enjoy it, and they do a great job of it. But yeah, I think just from a lifespan perspective, to keep something, you can refresh the show and change the theme of it. That will bring people back. That will re-spark that excitement for another show. So yeah, I think it's overdue. But again, everything's got to happen at the right time for the right reasons, and obviously it comes at a cost. So they, I know they've had plans over the years, and they would have costed those plans and all that kind of thing. Sometimes they got to prioritize things that are more important, or more, definitely more important for the park, or have to be prioritized for the park. So, rather than just changing the stunt show just to, just for the sake of it, kind of thing. There's people that have never seen it before, remember? So visiting for the first time, for them, it's exciting, it's fun. So yeah. However, everything I think has a lifespan. So probably overdue. Yep. But it's probably not a high priority for them. I would say wouldn't be a high priority right now. I think Doomsday is a high priority. At Exeter Taipan, when you look toward the old water park, you could see the ABC Kids World theming. Yeah, they've kept the signage there. I think, I mean, that was a pretty nice sign, right? So I don't think they want to throw away anything like that. They want to sort of keep it for nostalgia purposes. Whether they have a plan for that in the future and repurpose that, they might do that. You never know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure they'll have something planned for that. What do you think they'll put in the Doomsday area? Yeah, I mean, gee, if they took out the ride and put a roof on the place, it could make a pretty awesome like dark ride. However, definitely some kind of flat ride. I don't know. I mean, the footprint's not massive, but I mean, it's decent. It's decent. Depends if they keep the shop. I noticed last time the shop's closed, and I looked through the door, the glass door at the back, and it's stripped out. So it doesn't look like it is even going to reopen again either. So I don't know. Something's definitely going to happen to that area. I don't know. There's options for that. I'd like to see a dark ride, like a really high quality dark ride going in there. Maybe potentially being able to use some of the existing theming in there, perhaps, because it's pretty amazing. So we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, everyone's keen on the Mad Max for stunt show. It is Warner Brothers, that's right. Driving theme, yeah. It all sort of fits, right? You could almost just pick up the Hollywood stunt driver, and place the Mad Max on there and just rewrite the show essentially. But would you do the current one, Fury Road, or would you do the Furiosa, whatever? Or would you do the original Mad Max? Keep it a classic. What would you do? I like the original Interceptors and that. So, yeah, and like there's quite a following. There's even I follow some car groups and things here in Australia and around the world, but there's a whole bunch of guys. I think they're in Victoria, and they have all Mad Max replica vehicles from the original. Police interceptors and all that, and they're amazing. It's cool. That'd be cool to see something like that, but you wouldn't want to wreck those cars. Not that they'll wreck them, but they wouldn't want to damage them and stuff. But we'll see. Yeah, maybe the latest movie. We'll see. I mean, I was talking before about Waterworld at Universal Studios. That show's been going for, I think it's over 30 years, I think. Now, everyone loves the stunt show, but the movie, probably most people are like, nah, I don't really like the movie. But the way they've done the stunt show is just so awesome that it lives on. It's different. It's cool. And it has wow factor as well. So, you know what? They could use the original Mad Max if they do it right. We'll see. Yeah, they could open a museum at Dreamworld or any of the parks really with other things from the past. Movie World kind of did that. Well, if you remember at Christmas time, they someone I know that works there, he was telling me that he found I think he did, and they also came across when they were cleaning out some stuff, all these old signage and props and things and things from the river ride, and they put them up in the mezzanine floor in the Rick's Cafe. So when it was open for Christmas, you could look up and see all this stuff. You couldn't go up there and get close to it, but it was cool to see that. And so I think people love that, right? So yeah, Dreamworld could do that with some of these old past attractions, signage. They've probably got a heap of stuff there, that we haven't seen. People would love to look at that kind of thing for sure. So if someone from Dreamworld's on here, maybe there's a suggestion for your management team. I don't know if they'll do a dark ride in the Doomsday area just because Scooby-Doo's right there. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Well, you never know. Probably just a flat ride. Something cool though, something epic. I mean, look, parks like Luna Park, Melbourne, and Sydney have a lot of, like, I guess, flat ride traditional stuff as well. people love those rides. So yeah, maybe they could just do a really good job of theming one of those flat rides and have something in there. I'm sure it'll be popular. What part in Helensvale is the big pirate ship? It's been dismantled now, so it's gone now. But it was near Westfield, Helensvale, just in a vacant lot. Yeah, DC Villains Dark Ride would be awesome. Yeah, if you look at what they've done in Dubai at Warner Brothers World, the whole entire theme park is indoor. The whole entire theme park. How nice would that be, right? Air conditioned. Oh, it'd be amazing. And I would love to visit that park one day. I'd so love to visit that. Probably won't ever get there because due to the cost and all that sort of thing. But imagine that. But looking at some videos online of those rides, and it's just a whole different feel. So it'd be pretty cool. Beetlejuice ride, yeah, that'd be cool. That would definitely be cool. Yeah, Kenny's Forest Fire was supposed to have leaves in the artwork, like big leaves over the top, like trees. Don't know what happened there, whether it's still going to happen or whether it's just maybe it got too expensive. I don't know. Maybe they've just decided the design was going to shade the area too much or was going to be too close to the roller coasters. There could be other reasons. We don't know. And artwork is artwork. If you look at what the original artwork for anything, even Leviathan, right? We looked at that artwork on the gates for months on end or years on end, and the whole thing ended up being like a whole different direction and everything. And it had more trees in there. There's no trees. Like the artwork always looks different from what the final area ends up looking like. It's always similar, of course, but yeah. So we'll have to wait and see if that changes or not. I hope these new expansions are just the start of what's to come for our Australian theme parks. Yeah, you're right, Bodie. I think you're right. And I think that's definitely, they know they've got to step it up. If they want international visitation from enthusiasts who they travel the world to ride roller coasters, to see new attractions, they're going to want to step it up and put them on the map. So they're definitely, I think they know and understand they've got to do that. And we're seeing that now from what hopefully they're going to deliver with these two new areas, each of those two parks. So I think they're on the right track. Ileana is going to Bali next week. Wow, you're very lucky to be traveling over to Bali. I hope you have an awesome time and bring back some Rolex watches and some fake Nike shoes. No, don't do that. You probably will. I haven't never been to Bali, so I don't know if they have those there, but I'm sure they probably do. Or the Bintang singlet. You get the Bintang singlet. Traditional Bali souvenir. What's your favorite, all-time favorite ride? All-time. So that means anywhere in the world, right? Geez. I've probably, I probably keep coming back to, I do love the Cars. Radiator Springs ride at Cars Land at DCA in Anaheim. I love that, but also I love the Haunted Mansion. It's so awesome. Like, I love themed attractions and rides. I love roller coasters, but some people just love roller coasters. I love themed immersive attractions. That's me. I love that. Indiana Jones also. Again, I haven't been to Star Wars Land because when I had my trip booked in 2020, what happened in 2020? Everything got shut down, and we had to cancel the complete trip. And of course, since then, things happen, other trips and other things break down at home. Garage door motor broke. You got to spend money on this and that and the other, and then all of a sudden, that money's like. So, anyway, we'll get there again one day. Back to Disney, but probably those attractions I would say that I've been on. Guardians of the Galaxy is another cool ride. We used to be, was it Hollywood Hotel? No, what was it? Tower of Terror. those drop towers are insane. I love those as well. There's plenty. There's plenty. But that'd have to be US rides. Universal's, I love Universal Studios, but from an all-time favorite ride, I mean, I love the tram tour. I just love the back studio stuff. But from a ride perspective at Universal, Fast and Furious is going to be cool when it opens. Currently, I'd have to. I don't know. I mean, I went on all the rides. Probably Jurassic Park for me. Transformers is pretty cool though. Nah, I like water rides, dark rides, water rides. Jurassic Park for that park would have to be. Hope that answers your question there. How about removing Doomsday, enlarging Scooby Coaster? Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be really cool. What's in the building where the old arcade was a movie board? So that's it's basically the DC deceased Fright Nights maze in most of it, and then the first aid is in the other part of that. There might also be I think there's still some space possibly in there, which may just be used for storage, maybe behind first aid, possibly. Not sure exactly how. No, it might all be DC deceased maze actually. I think it does go out that way. Anyway, that's pretty much what's in there at the moment. But it needs to be Australia wide for the theme parks. What was that one? Not sure. Yeah, 9:30 already. It's insane. We'll try and wrap up soon because I'm conscious of the time. Obviously, 2 hours is feels like half an hour. So it's crazy, isn't it? Viking Flume. Yeah, we all absolutely missed the Viking Flume, even though it was just a pretty basic ride. It was cool, right? So nostalgia too, right? Wild West is family favorite. Yeah, I love Wild West. To be honest, that's probably my favorite ride. Well, yeah, probably my favorite ride. I mean, I love Leviathan. There's plenty I love, but from a theming perspective, yeah, Wild West Falls for sure. Looking at Movie World on Google Maps right now with the satellite view, and it's honestly crazy how blank the park looks without DC rivals. Oh yeah, yeah, it definitely brought the park alive, didn't it? And funnily enough, where that stretches out the front part there, kind of near Top Golf. Originally, years ago, they were thinking about putting like a shopping precinct in there, maybe like a downtown Disney kind of thing, or a city walk with restaurants and all that kind of thing, shops. That was a plan years ago, a long time ago. But obviously, there's a roller coaster there now in Top Golf, so man, it's good. It works. Yes, you answered very well. I will add those to my bucket list. I love watching your videos. No worries at all. Thank you. Always Falls must never be removed. Yeah, I thought you were going to say must be removed. No, must never be removed. Yeah, it's definitely a family favorite. Yeah, it's definitely a favorite of mine. Thanks, Squishy's family fun. Thank you for jumping on. Have a good night. Appreciate it. Appreciate everything. Hey, Jay. At the back of Wild West Falls, we could do with some love. Yeah, in the village, in the ghost town there. Yeah, it's hit and miss, isn't it? And I don't know whether that's because they can't get the parts to fix it or whether that's just staffing. I don't know. I'm really not sure, but yeah, it is a little bit disappointing, especially when it's been down for maintenance for like a couple of months, and then you go on it and there's some of those things aren't working. You kind of think, well, why? It's been down for so long. Obviously, they've had other major things to get done, right? And those things can probably just be done over time. But yeah, you're right. A little bit of TLC. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I said Wild West Falls should be removed. No, exactly. It nearly got removed unintentionally years ago. I don't know if you remember. There was a fire on that ride, and the mountain, the top half burnt down. I remember I did have a newspaper, the photo out of the newspaper back in those days. It was about in the early 2000s, I'm thinking. Yeah, and they rebuilt the top half of that. So something happened there. So yeah, that wasn't good. I remember the headline actually. I know I've got it somewhere. It's no doubt put away in a box. I don't know. It's God knows where it is. That was a long time ago now. But I remember the newspaper headline had the photo of the Wild West Falls Mountain on fire, and the headline said, "Movie World burns." And I'm like, Movie World's not burning. It's the Wild West Falls ride was burning, but movie. I remember that headline. It's funny what they they grab her. People see that they go bang. Oh, Movie World burns. I gotta look at that. But of course, it was the ride. But anyway, it was saved, and they rebuilt the top part of that ride. Straws, thank you for jumping on, and again, thank you for being so kind and for the super chat there. I'm sure you're busy, very busy at work. I understand how busy Kmart stores are. So thank you for jumping on. Thank you so much for the super chat. Always appreciated. We've spoken about a lot tonight. So if you got time later to roll back through the live, you'll see. But basically, we've spoken about what's been happening, local events, talked about the progress of the theme parks, new rides and attractions, potential new rides and attractions, Doomsday, what's happening, showcase as well, favorite rides, all that sort of thing. It's been a lot of good questions tonight, actually. It's been pretty engaging, and thanks to everyone who has also, thrown a question up there or two or five. But also, if I've missed your question, apologies, and hopefully you just put it on again because, it's hard to just keep scrolling back. So nothing intentional there at all. But thank you, Straws. Again, always appreciate you supporting the channel. And always good to see you when we do. When we do. What else we got here? So, got any tips for getting the universal popcorn buckets back without any damage? Yeah, so definitely make sure you, if you can, most people do now, have one of those hard shell suitcases. That not the old school suitcase that you can see all your bumps and lumps in it. The hard shell, hard plastic, or hard reinforced, definitely, and one that's expandable because they're quite big. Those buckets are big. By the way, because the when I went over there for the 60th tram tour opening, that popcorn bucket there was launched for that. Now it's coming to the end of this month. That's going to be finished. So it went from April to end of August, and they're back to normal. They've just pretty much, I think last week or maybe the week before, they've just reduced the price of this. I think I paid 52 or $42 US, something like that. I can't quite remember now. It's down to 20, I think 27 now or something US. Obviously, they want to clear them out. They're actually quite big, right? They're actually big and chunky. And even the Mario one over here, where am I? Over here, it's big and chunky and awkward. If you can, I just put like a sweatshirts around, around them, but having that hard suitcase, it pretty much stops from getting smashed or damaged. Really, I had no damage to these at all, and yet my suitcase was absolutely smashed. Had a big massive hole in the suitcase on the outer. God, they get thrashed. They get absolutely smashed. So always make sure you got a good suitcase, strong suitcase, particularly hard shell and expandable because they're big. Or take it on board the plane with you in a carry-on bag. Maybe that might be an option. I don't want to have anything in the cabin. I just wanted to come, sit down, go to sleep, or tried to go to sleep. So that's my tip. Yeah, new ride would be good for that Wild West area or the like Doomsday area. So, and definitely a new ride. Carly's saying her granddad got a photo of Wild West Falls fire. Yeah, well, there you go. He probably sent it to the news, probably to the newspaper. Movie world's always burning. It's Australia. Yeah, geez, it gets hot for sure. And that park gets really hot because it's concrete everywhere. So the heat reflects off there, and it's hotter than it actually is. It's usually always hotter. SeaWorld's also like that, except you got the sea breeze there, which is a benefit. Yeah, we're definitely fortunate having these parks in our backyard. You're right. We're very fortunate and lucky. Yeah, we do take it for granted, don't we? So people do. You often see them. They're there for the first time, saved up for years to come to Movie World, and they're blown away by it because they've never seen anything like it. Depending on where they're from, and I remember years ago coming to the Gold Coast when I lived in New Zealand years ago. I've been here over 20 years, but Movie World was like, wow. So yeah, we take it for granted, but we are spoiled, and they are good parks. They're all still awesome parks. If the Doomsday area was demolished for a new attraction, do you think the theming elements would be moved to the front of the park? You know what? That's a good point. They should definitely repurpose them, and if they're not going to keep it themed to that down there, yes, they 100% should try and move some of those sets to create a bit more of an atmosphere at the front there. I agree. That would be cool. Definitely a good. There you go, Morgan. Send them an email. That's a good idea. We do have great parks, especially great since the big ones are in the same place. And only one plane ticket. Yeah, that's exactly right. You can go to all. That's why Gold Coast is still a good destination. Theme parks, attractions, restaurants, beaches, natural things to do. Up in the Tambourine and waterfalls, so many things. And then of course you got Sunny Coast, just up the road, and you got Northern New South Wales, Byron Bay. We're very lucky where we are. So many nice things to do. We take it for granted. The See the Wild West Falls sign with the vultures was removed. Yeah, someone sent me a message this evening on Instagram to tell me that had happened. I haven't seen a photo of that or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of interesting. Is it permanently removed? Is it just getting redone or repainted? Although you'd think they'd just do that up there. Yeah, that sort of makes you wonder what's happening there. Maybe that's getting moved to just after the Scooby-Doo ride. So maybe that will all become the Western area. Maybe that whole Doomsday will be a Western area as well. Maybe. Well, anyway, if anyone knows anything about that sign, why it got removed, drop us a comment or put it in the live now before we wrap up. So we'll be wrapping up soon because we've been going 2 hours. So I'm conscious of everybody's time, and I do appreciate everyone's time. Some have had to go, and of course I appreciate that because it is pushing on. So yeah. So I don't know, Straws, if you know what's happened there or anything, I don't know. Just one of my subscribers that was at the park today just sent me a message. Hey, the sign's gone. So we'll see. Villains themed breakdowns. Breakdowns rides are cool. Yes, they're popular too. So that could be the one for Doomsday replacement. 32 riders per cycle. That's not bad. It's pretty good. Carly's saying, yeah, something was missing. Couldn't think of what it was. Yeah. It's funny that, eh? Sometimes you go, what? Something's changed here. What is it? Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's temporary because I'm sure it must look weird. If anyone's going there to take a photo, send it to me because I don't think I'm going to be at Movie World for another week or so yet. So I'd like to see what it looks like. Crimson Reaper's Ripper. Sorry, not Reaper. I've been wanting to move to the Gold Coast for a while. Just don't know how good that decision would be financially. Yeah, I mean, Gold Coast is not in great shape with rentals, availability. It's house prices are now, the median house price, it was just announced the other day, is $1 million median. Apartment median price is like $700K. It's just gone. It's since COVID. A lot of people from the southern states have moved here, and I guess now there's literally nothing. I get real estate phone calls, emails, and letters weekly saying that they've got cashed up buyers. They've seen our house and just would love to buy it. Like, and they're from Victoria or from New South Wales or another. So usually it's the southern states. Desperate to move to the Gold Coast, and they're just offering to buy your house. Well, and they're cashed up apparently. Well, that's all well and good, but the moment when the median price is $1 million, when I bought this house, and it's an old house now, like it's not like new house, at the time, it was under 400,000, and I'm obviously paying it off till I'm 65 or whatever. I can't, like, my mortgage is based around that, so I now that the median price is that price, you'd have to go in at a house at that price because that's what there is. But the fact is there's literally nothing available. The availability rate was so low, the lowest it's ever been of actual availability for rentals and even for houses. It's just nothing. And when something comes up, even if it's the worst house, it just sells like that because people are so desperate to get here and they just take anything. But so that's a tough thing to start with. Gold Coast is not cheap anymore. It used to be. Brisbane's just going up the same. Like, Gold Coast is jobs is the issue here. More jobs in Sydney, more jobs in Melbourne, probably in Brisbane, more jobs. Gold Coast, it's tough. It's depends on what you do. Obviously, depends on what you do. So, yeah, you'd have to really look into it. You'd have to try and secure something before you get here. Really look into it. But the demand for rentals are so bad, so in demand, that I hear stories of that they're almost there's so many people going for one rental. There's so many people that there's like a bidding war. It's like who can pay the highest dollar gets it. Like, it's crazy. It's just crazy. It's actually out of control. Like, it's insane. So anyway, do your homework, research it, make sure you got work, because that's number one. If you get a transfer with your current role or whatever it might be, secure a job first, and then but you need to find somewhere because it's tough. Not much availability. Nice place to live though, right? What do you think Movie World's social? What do you think Movie World's socials will follow up with the Mac Rides box photo they posted? Probably the next one will be like maybe the lid off with a glimpse of something. They'll do like teasers. I reckon teasers. Yeah. I know the guy. There's a whole team that work on socials, but I know one of the social media managers there, and he does an awesome job. So he'll have some awesome plans underway for for what they're going to release and when. So yeah, looking forward to that. What do you think? Those prices are just ridiculous. I'm not surprised it's expensive since Gold Coast is one of the nicest places I've ever been to. Yeah, it's just amazing what's happened over the years. It's crazy. Cool. We're pretty much at the end of the comments here, guys. So we're probably going to leave the live there now. We've been going over 2 hours, so I'm conscious of your time, and obviously people have got work, school or uni or whatever you're doing tomorrow. Likewise, like myself, got home, quickly ate dinner, straight on the live. I've still got a few things to do, and I'd like to sit down to have some relaxation. I love watching The Rookie at the moment on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen that show, but I'm addicted to that show. So I always try and squeeze in a rookie episode at night, even if it is sitting down at 11:30 at night watching an hour episode. I love it. So anyway, thanks again for everyone who has been on the live tonight, who've been on here the whole time, and those that joined and had to go. I appreciate everyone's input and comments and interaction. It's been awesome. I love doing these live streams on YouTube for you guys, and I'm glad to see a lot of regular people that keep jumping on as well. I really appreciate it. And again, just thanks for all your support for the channel, for the Buy Me a Coffees, watching the videos, sharing the videos, liking the videos, joining the live streams. Always appreciated. Don't forget also, I'm on all the pretty much all the social media platforms. So obviously Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok as well. We're doing a few TikTok lives of recent at the parks. We still do some YouTube lives as well. Just been trying out the TikTok for engagement, and we pick up quite a few followers from new followers from doing TikTok live, and again interacting with the TikTok live people and directing them to the YouTube channel as well. So again, appreciate it if anyone can share the channel and get the content out there. I'm glad you guys still enjoy my channel and the videos. It means a lot to me as well. So those that are saying good night, so good night to those that are saying good night. Crimson Ripper's saying, just want to say thanks for all the updates you do. Me and a lot of people appreciate it a lot. Well, I appreciate your comments too, and it's a pleasure. It's a hobby of mine. You know, I just enjoy this because it is a hobby. It's an enjoyment. It's an interest, a hobby. And I also like making other people happy and helping people as well. So if I'm able to provide some information that helps people visit the parks or know what to expect, then that's awesome, right? So sharing information. So, yeah. So my pleasure. And thank you for support. I really appreciate that too. Cool. I think that would be all the comments. Yes, I should be at the Eka. Hopefully this weekend. Thanks, Bodie. Appreciate you and your comments as well. All right, everyone. We're going to leave it there. Once again, thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. I hope everyone has a great rest of your week. Hopefully you'll catch up with my video or videos I do this weekend and on my social media sites as well. Awesome. Thanks to everyone. Until next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next journey. Good night.